Well, hey friends, it's Natalie. So glad you stopped by to hang out with me today as I share with you the ultimate closet decluttering motivation video marathon. This is part 2 of my 2-part series of video marathons where I'm making a mashup of the best decluttering and organizing content that I made this last year, all mashed up together conveniently into longer videos so that you can just pop some headphones in, press play, and work throughout your house. If you have some cleaning or decluttering to do after the holiday, I would love to keep you company with this video. So feel free to watch all or part of this video. I'll be checking in with you throughout this marathon as we go, and of course sharing some encouragement and gentle motivation along the way, and some of my best tips and tricks for going through decluttering your closet, your clothing collection, and putting together capsule wardrobes throughout the year. Also, I have a sneaky giveaway scavenger hunt in this video, so be sure to listen in for the clues that I share throughout so that you can enter to win one of 3 $100 Amazon gift cards that I'm giving away. I'm doing this to say thank you so much for all of the love over this last year. I'm really excited for what 2023 holds for my channel and my content. Stay tuned because next week I am sharing with you a heart-to-heart, a more raw and real video, and I hope to see you back for that. So without further ado, let's kick this video off with the first ever closet declutter and organization video I did in our new home, and make our way through the rest of the year with the seasonal closet cleanouts that I did. I hope you enjoy.
It's a wild mess. Certainly bigger than any closet we have ever had in any house. We've never had a walk-in closet, like a room for our clothing. I think that's the wildest part to me, honestly. But I'm really excited to get this all organized. So on the floor, you see here all of my husband's clothing. He also has some clothing up in these boxes, but he's just kind of been living off of the floor and out of these boxes for the last week. We've only been here 1 week, and I had other things that took priority to organize, but I'm doing this now. So that's gonna be his dresser. We switched out one of these tall hemness dressers from IKEA. We used to have 2 of these, one for me, one for him, but now that we have all of this room to hang clothing, he prefers to hang clothing. And so he has a shorter dresser that we took out of the boys' closet. They got the tall one, which works out perfectly. And my collection of hanged clothing is less, so I prefer to have a dresser. So that's what we've got going on in here. Behind the door here, this is the box that I have been living out of. All of this is going to be organized into here. I do have a box that's half full of like formal clothing and shoes and stuff that, or like big winter coats and stuff like that. That isn't really a part of my like daily stuff that I use, or like my capsule wardrobe. These shelves are built in. I've been using them sort of over this last week as like a linen closet because we don't actually have a dedicated linen closet or a spot for that in this new house. So I have some figuring out and strategizing to do, but I have plenty of room to do that in. So my game plan and ultimate goal here in this closet after today is to have everything out of moving boxes. I don't want to keep any boxes in here. For this first wave of decluttering and organization, my intention is to not buy anything new, to not get any special bins or boxes or anything, because if we could make it work in our old house with the setup that we had there, we can certainly make it work in this space. You guys, I'm so grateful for this closet. I just can't believe this is mine. And it's so exciting to have a space like this, but during these exciting times, it can be really tempting to go out and buy shiny new things. I do already have a collection of bins and boxes that I took with us from the old house that I may repurpose if we have a need here in the new closet. And we do have a shoe rack that Weston was using in our old home gym in our garage in the old house that I will probably actually use for shoes here in this closet. There's really nothing wrong with going out and buying a bin if you need it. And you know what? I might get to a certain point in this process and go, oh, I could really use this for that specific spot. We're adapting to the new space. But my goal is to not really buy anything new. So I'm going to start here with my clothing. I think that's the easy win because I know exactly what's here and how I want it to go into my dresser. Weston intended to do this himself, but I offered to do it for him for this video, and he was more than happy to take me up on that offer, but I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed by what I'm seeing over there. So let's start with the easy win and get my stuff done first. Okay, we are looking good in here. I was able to get everything into my drawers, and I actually found quite a few things to declutter out of like my loungewear, workout wear, pajama sort of category. So I'll show you that in a bit. I'll also show you the organization in these drawers and like where I ended up putting everything toward the end of this video when I give you like the final tour. I have more stuff to work on that needs to get hung up, but I think now I'm going to move on to Weston's stuff. I think I'm going to rearrange the layout of where we have these dressers, but first I need to pull everything out of this closet. I'm gonna kind of KonMari it because the pile of his clothing, it's just in the way. And I think I need kind of a clean slate to be able to put the stuff back in. And here's a little secret. Weston has probably double the clothing that I have. Now, I am not throwing shade to him. He enjoys clothing a lot more than I do. He enjoys shopping for clothing a lot more than I do. I think as a very fit, handsome, athletic guy, there's a lot less negative emotions attached to shopping for clothing than there is for me or us women in general. And also, Weston works a job that needs a separate set of clothing than like his everyday clothing. So the stuff he wears to work, he can't really wear in his everyday life, and vice versa. So he's one of those people, as I know several of you are, who has a separate wardrobe for different parts of their life, and that's totally okay. It just makes it a little bit more challenging to get through everything. And if you are decluttering another person's stuff, when in doubt, ask them. If you're confused on how to organize something or what would work best for them, give them a call. Hey, hun. Hey, I'm sorting through your clothes and I just need some clarification on what is like workout stuff and what is just like your lounge stuff. And I'm back. You didn't even know that I left. I picked up my daughter from her morning class and I'm making some good progress in here. I was starting to feel a little burnt out, but then I realized it was because I was hungry. Don't declutter and organize on an empty stomach. That's a good rule to live by. But now my tummy's happy and I am going to start putting Weston's clothing in the drawers. I don't know how much I'm gonna do before he gets home, and he might help me finish off the project. In fact, I would love that because then he would kind of like have the final say with his stuff. Can you tell Haley's home? The decibel level in this house significantly elevates when that little girl is home. I love it so much.
Come on, children of the sun. Come on, city lights. Let the world be your oyster. Help them fall into their knees. Their
said I wasn't going to buy anything new. Well, I'm kind of at an impasse right now. And when I do my decluttering videos, I just share the reality of it. So my intention was to not buy any new bins or anything like that. What I do need though are hangers. Here's the deal. We don't have enough hangers to hang the clothing that Weston wants up there that used to be in his tall dresser, the stuff that was folded. And I know so many of you are gonna laugh at this, and I'm chuckling to myself because in a recent decluttering video, I showed you guys a huge stack of these velvet hangers that represented how much stuff we had decluttered out of our closet. And I held on to like 5 or 6 of them, but I gave them away to a friend. And you know, we've always wanted to upgrade to wooden hangers. I don't really like the velvet hangers, not a big fan of them, and we have had this goal in mind. Like once we get our closet figured out and our inventory under control, which I'm totally feeling like I'm there with my clothing, then we will upgrade to the more expensive but nicer and ultimately better for your clothing wooden hangers. So I ordered wooden hangers from Target and they have really good reviews. I'm not gonna stand here and justify it to you guys. This is real life. And like I said in the beginning, if I get to the point where I do find that I need to get something, then I'm gonna buy it. There's nothing wrong with buying something that you actually need. Pitfall for a lot of people, myself included, is to go out and buy stuff before you actually evaluate what you need. So now that I've evaluated, I made an order at Target and we're gonna go pick it up in a little bit so that I can resume organizing and hanging stuff on, but there's not really much more that I can do right now because I'm into just hanging clothing at this point. So that just goes to show you, don't let anyone on the internet or in your real life tell you what's best for you, myself included. If someone says cube units don't work, but you love using cube unit storage for your home, you do you. And doing me today is buying brand new wood hangers for my closet. Let's go to Target.
Patriots, be rebellious, cliffhangers are what we need.
Okay, I am back from Target and I've got the goods. So I'm gonna get these hangers out of the boxes, start re-hanging stuff. This will probably turn into a 2-day project. I wanted to get it all done today, but life happens. My trip to Target took a lot longer. Got home, kids needed dinner. You know the drill.
You can try to change us. Do your best to change us. We don't care. You can try to change us. Do your best to change us.
I have my helper Judah here with me. He's picking up all the velvet hangers off the floor and putting them in a box so that we can give them to a friend. I'm gonna ask my same friend if she wants more, and if she doesn't, then I'll offer them to family. And if they don't want it, I'll donate them.
Believe in playing safe. No, we don't believe in playing safe.
So this project definitely lasted longer than just the first day that I started working on it. In fact, over the next several days, I popped in here for 10 to 30 minutes at a time. Weston was out of town for a couple of days, and so I was able to stay up late one night and get some other stuff organized in the closet and put it all together.
Okay, so I have Weston's shoes here on this door rack. He actually reminded me that we got this for our old garage. We were gonna store some gym equipment on it. We never assembled it because the day after we bought it, we actually decided to move. And so he dug up that box for me and I was able to put this together for him. It's the perfect solution for his shoes. Other shoe organizers are really short for like men's shoe sizes, and this one is good. I can't remember where I got it right now, but I will look for the link for you guys if you're looking for something like that. My shoes, I think, are going to go toward the bottom of this. I'm going to tidy this up and just put some of my shoes and maybe some accessories.
Okay, some of you are going to recognize these baskets that I have here. All over the house in our old home, we had some cube units over the years, and I loved these wicker baskets that I put into them. They have a really homey feel, but those cube units I ended up moving on from or donating or giving to family and friends, but the baskets I've kept several of, and these are perfect for organizing some of the stuff that I'm going to put at the top of this closet. Even though these baskets are not brand new, a lot of them are kind of fraying a little bit and the frames of them have been kind of warped and battered, they still work just fine. And like I said earlier, you don't need shiny new stuff in order to have a simplified life and an organized home. I am grateful for those new hangers though. That was definitely something that I was in need of, but new boxes, new bins and baskets, don't need any of those because I already had some on hand to repurpose for this space. Alrighty, I think I am finally ready to fix the squeaky door, but to also show you what I did here in the closet. So I finished organizing and arranging and decluttering this closet over a week ago. So I think we've had 8 or 9 days of living in this space, using this arrangement in our closet, and I've made little changes here and there, but I feel like in a world of before and afters here on YouTube or on TV, things look so crisp and beautiful and Pinterest worthy in the afters that we sometimes can lose perspective on what real life before and afters look like. So I wanted to give myself a few extra days to kind of live in the space so that you guys see sort of the lived in after. But other than a couple of socks on the floor and some empty hangers, maybe a couple of things out of place or not perfectly folded inside the drawers, things are looking really good and I am so happy with how this turned out. So let me give you a little tour. Okay, so I'm standing back here by the door. I kind of did a his and hers thing like you saw. Weston has a lot more hanging clothing than I do, so his clothing definitely takes up most of our rack here. I have some coats and jackets for him, sweatshirts. I have his nicer pairs of pants hanging here, and then I had this little shoe organizer thing that I had in the boys' old room, and I just repurposed it for Weston's hats to kind of give a solution to this awkward corner. He has tanks and tees, long sleeve tees, button-up shirts, and then we progressively get a little bit more nice or like formal. And then we get into my stuff, which we will look at in a second. I just wanted to show you his drawers really quick. So this one is loungewear, and then we have socks and underwear, which there's a sock in the wrong spot, so you go back there. Again, it's lived in. We've got stuff in the wrong spot. We've got some empty hangers, but that's okay, that's real life. This drawer is designated for his go-to work clothing, so work pants, work shirts. And then this drawer is probably his favorite because this dude loves to work out. Gym shirts, gym shorts. That's what's in his drawers, pretty basic. He actually didn't put his backpack up. He was out of town for a couple of days, packed a bag, and then left it on the floor.
it goes up there. So we'll have to do that. But back around to the stuff that I have hanging, just like Weston has formal stuff in this corner, I have a couple of my formal dresses in this spot too. I just figured with the corner kind of mashing into each other like this, that my least accessed clothing or his least accessed clothing are formal stuff because we really don't wear it very often. It made the most sense to just kind of have right there next to each other. I have some business wear, some nice shirts, a couple of dresses, and then as we get farther this way, this is more of like my capsule wardrobe stuff, so stuff that I'm currently wearing in season. And just like Weston, I have a couple of empty hangers because I'm wearing clothing. Speaking of hangers, oh my gosh, we have been so happy with these. They have these nice little grips, which I didn't even realize they had. They're not rubbery, they're just like notches in the wood, and it really helps grip the shoulder of the shirts or sweaters or whatever it is that we're hanging up. There's just something so satisfying about just seeing the wooden hangers that I really enjoy. Over here at my dresser, I have just a few things on top, some perfumes. I'd like to do like little floating shelves or something here and just kind of stack up my perfumes because I'm a perfume girl, and if you want to take my minimalist card away from me because I have so many perfumes, you go right ahead. I'm gonna continue to live my good smelling life with no apology. I have just some jewelry here. This is pretty much all the jewelry I own. A bin for socks. And then in my drawers, I have bras, underwear, and I need to kind of rub down these drawers with some Goo Gone because the tape that I put over them for when we moved kind of stuck there, and now there's lint on them. But these are my drawers. I don't like to hang my crew neck sweaters, so I just have them in here. There's one that's missing because it's in the wash, so I have those in this section. I have my plain t-shirts, long sleeve toward the back, short sleeve and tank toward the front. And then I have my graphic tees here and a couple of bodysuits in this small section here. And this is my pants drawer, which means I have denim here, non-denim pants or like colored pants here, and then I have my collection of shorts, which of course is very out of season for where we live, but it's still nice to have all of like the bottoms be in the same drawer, just like I did all of the tops in the same drawer. Next drawer down is pretty much the same as what I had in the last house. Some workout wear, some pajamas, some lounge wear here, like leggings and sweatshirts and that sort of thing. And then this bottom drawer is new. In the old house, our main bedroom was also an office space. And so the bottom drawer was designated for some of that sort of thing. But I have an office in this house, which I'm so, so grateful for. And that freed up this bottom drawer for work clothing. So my grubbiest shirts, my ripped up jeans that I'll wear out in the garden. We have homestead plans for this place, so I definitely need just a couple of pieces of clothing to wear to do the grubbiest work around here. And then I also have this bin for my swimwear. So that is everything in my drawers. And then I just have a little section of coats here. I actually moved the dresser over this way about 6 inches to give myself this hanging space for my coats. Here's where I put some shoes. I gotta clean those up. I got some mud on the back of them, but I have my muck boots, my leather Chelsea boots, my everyday Birkenstocks that I wear around. I can't find my other black Adidas shoe. Don't know what happened to that, but I'm still on the lookout. And then this shelf above is more of my like formal or dressier shoes, some black velvet loafers, my black pointed toe flats, my black heels. And then I have a bin of sandals and formal shoes that are only really appropriate for like the warmer months. So I just have those tossed in there. I have this bin for hats, and then I have my wide brimmed hats just sitting there. I know it's not Pinterest worthy, but it fits there, so it's going there. This next shelf up here, this empty one, this is my linen like bath towel shelf. You can just imagine 4 neatly rolled white bath towels, which are now in the laundry because it's been a week. And then on this top shelf, I just have the little wire bins with hand towels, face towels, and then some extra bed linens that I have there for the household. At first, I thought I would put the linens lower down so the kids could access them, but then I envisioned having shoes and like any dirt like falling down on our clean linens, and that wasn't working for me. So I'm glad I thought to do this where I can just kick off my shoes, put them on the floor, call them good. I have some shoe sanitizer down here that I use too. And speaking of shoes, this shoe rack that we were going to use in the old gym is actually working out really well for Weston's shoes. He's very happy with it. He's never been so good about putting his shoes away, so sometimes it's not that there's a bad habit, but that there's not a good solution to the problem. And I think this is a really good solution. Put all of his shoes on this rack, and then he came home from being out of town and he looked at his collection and went, wow, I have a lot of shoes. I actually think I can get rid of that pair and that pair and that pair. I think he got rid of 4 pairs total. It is nice to have the shoe rack, and we're actually using it for shoes, which isn't why we bought it, but I'm glad we had it, and I'm glad Weston remembered that we had it and I didn't have to go out and buy anything new to organize his shoes. Also glad I didn't have to buy anything new with these baskets up here. Like I shared with you, I already had these from the old house, and they're the perfect solution for some of the stuff that we store up there. So I will end off this tour by showing you what is in those baskets, or telling you what's in the baskets, because I'm not climbing up there to get them down to show you what's in them. And yes, I do want to get labels for these. I actually have a Cricut on its way to my house, and I think I'm going to be making some cute labels for these. But I've got travel bags in here. I have extra purses, so like a larger purse and then a medium-sized purse. I usually just carry a really small purse. That's in there. And then I have my dance and theater shoes in this little bin. Some ballet slippers and character shoes, some tap shoes in there. That's from another life, but I have the room to store it, so I'm holding on to those. Those are very special to me. And then Weston has a bin of like shoe care, so like leather care, shoe cleaner, that sort of thing. A bin of what we call Weston's weird clothing. He has some like Santa pants, boxers, a goofy light up sweatshirt, and some like costumey goofy stuff that he wears like in the holiday season. And then some of his travel accessories and like packing bags and stuff like that in this one. And then his backpack, of course, which I showed you needs to go up there. That is the tour. And honestly, I am so happy with how this is functioning for us and how it turned out. Before I go, I just wanted to show you what we're decluttering out. I'm not going to go through everything here, but it's this large box worth. There's some garbage in here as well as stuff that we're going to donate, so I need to sort through everything. But like I showed you, Weston got rid of several pairs of shoes, which is great. I found a few of my own pieces of clothing that I'm ready to get rid of. These gray bins are the ones that I swapped out for the wicker ones that I showed you, so those are going to go back out to the garage for a future organization or decluttering project. And then this box is full of stuff that I put together for Weston to go through. This is just the I have no idea where you want this crap sort of box, and he is going to go through this collection of stuff. But all in all, a good amount of stuff that is not going to end up in the closet, which makes me so happy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for coming along with me while I did a declutter and reorganization, a messy to minimal of our new closet. I've shared so many clothing declutter videos with you guys before, and I feel like each step of the way, I just learned something new, either about myself or about simple living, or just how to create a closet that really works for me. And I'm blown away by the amount of like open space in like there's empty floor. Just makes my heart go pitter patter. But I am not interested in really expanding my collection now that I have more space. The number of clothing that I had in the old closet wasn't necessarily because the closet was smaller than this one. It was because it was what worked for me and my personality and the way my brain works and my lifestyle. So other than a few pieces of like grubby clothing like I was sharing earlier, I don't think that there's really anything that I need
more. Certainly not because I have more space. So I am so happy with how this turned out and the progress that we made in here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, especially if you enjoy realistic lived in before and afters. Let me know what you prefer. Are you one of those people that just wants it to be as satisfying as possible and you want those sparkly Pinterest worthy before and afters? Or do you appreciate a nice lived in after? We are moving on to the next closet declutter video that I made. This is fast forwarding several months into the summertime, where I am going to be putting together a 333 capsule wardrobe. In this video, I explain all of that to you guys, but I wanted to pop in here really quick to share with you guys the first word in the phrase that we're putting together for the giveaway that you're going to be able to enter by the end of this video. So that first word, the first clue, is the word progress. Stay tuned for the next couple of words in the phrase as we go throughout this video. You'll be able to put the whole phrase together and comment it at the end. So stay tuned for that. But right now we're going to move on to the next closet clean-out video, and I hope you enjoy. So glad you stopped by to hang out with me today while I tackle my closet and give it essentially a makeover for the summertime. I have some serious decluttering and organization to do in there, and I'm hoping by the end I'll be able to put together a simplified and really easy summer capsule wardrobe. And I'm going to be trying out the 333 method, which I've never done before. So we'll be chatting more about that a little bit later on, as well as just sharing what's going on in my brain, my thought process for going about this project, and sharing some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way of doing this for the last couple of years, as well as some encouragement, if nothing else, that you are not alone if going through your clothing and doing closet declutters is a difficult thing for you. It's certainly difficult for me. I've been dreading this a little bit, but I'm just keeping that end goal in mind. Having it simplified and having it easy to put outfits together for the summertime is what I'm going for, and I'm so glad to have you guys along for this. So drop this emoji in the comments so that I can come say hi to you, and let's pop into the closet right now and see what's going on. Let's see what the starting point is.
Welcome to my closet, which right now is being held open by a wedged sandal because this door does not stay open with the weight of my husband's ridiculous shoe collection on it that is not working. So this is actually something that's really high on my priorities to figure out and to reorganize. I'm hoping to get rid of this shelf thing. I thought it'd be a great thing. You guys saw me put it up here, and you know what? At first it worked, but now not so much. And honestly, this rack is sort of setting the tone for the rest of this closet. We just have a lot of stuff in the wrong place, systems that could definitely be improved, a random apple that a child put on top of my dresser. And then when you open the dresser, it's definitely a little bit too full, a little bit disorganized. My clothing in this closet is from here to that corner. This is the hanging clothing. This is the folded is a very loose term, clothing that I have in here. And then I have some shoes that I've literally just piled on the bottom, and random seasonal stuff on these shelves. This could be so much better. So I think I'm going to start with a method that I have used in the past that has absolutely worked for me. If you watch my Messy to Minimal series, you may have seen the video that I did last year in our old house in my old closet, where I tried out Dawn the Minimal Mom's method of reverse decluttering her closet. It was an amazing fit for me. It totally made sense. It jived with the way my brain works. Instead of taking everything out of my drawers, everything off the hangers, making a big pile on my bed and going through everything piece by piece that way, we actually sort of do the reverse and pick out only the very specific things here that I know I want to have in my 33-piece capsule wardrobe, and put those few pieces on my bed to start out with. Then I will go and weigh that against the pieces that I have in my wardrobe that would be considered extra outside of that capsule that I put together, and then weigh them against each other and make swaps if I need to. Maybe see where I have gaps in my collection and go out and intentionally go buy what I need. And the whole goal in the end is to be able to get rid of what I don't need. And when I say get rid, I don't mean throw away. I mean give to friends and family, donate to charity shops. So that is what I'm going to be doing first. I'm going to pick out my favorites, put together a little capsule wardrobe on my bed. This worked excellent for me last time, and right now I have a few too many things. I have been through some body changes. I've been through a recent flare-up of my chronic illness, and as I was putting together a wardrobe of sorts for the summertime, I ended up acquiring more pieces than I will realistically need in an effort to find what works for me. I have waistband issues and bra band issues, and those of you who have chronic pain or chronic illness will be able to relate to this. Those of you who don't deal with that, this might seem like totally crazy, but my clothing is a huge trigger for the chronic abdominal migraines that I get, and I am always working toward finding things that won't cause that illness for me. And let me tell you, it's like a part-time job just to even make that happen, and then in the end, I end up with a pile of stuff that didn't work out that I either need to return if I'm still within the return window or pass on to someone that it will work for. So that's what we're dealing with going into this whole project. I'm gonna pick out my favorites and we will go from there.
So I first heard about the 333 method about a decade ago. It was started by Courtney Carver of the blog Be More with Less, and it was gaining popularity back when I had about 90% more stuff in my collection. And back 10 years ago when I first heard about it, I thought there is no way that I could live with 33 pieces for 3 months. It seemed to me like extreme minimalism, if I'm being honest. Fast forward 10 years later and a more simplified home, we've gotten rid of so much stuff, and I've already been putting together wardrobes like this, just not using this specific method with having sort of a seasonal bin. I think that this is doable for me. The cool thing is that Courtney takes this really easygoing approach to sharing about this method, and she has stated that it's not a set list of rules or do's and don'ts. Some people can get away with having as little as 20 to 25 pieces, and depending upon your lifestyle, some people need between like 45 and 50 pieces. I am going to try to stick to that 33 piece mark, which includes clothing pieces and accessories and shoes that I'm going to be making outfits with. So shirts and pants, dresses, shoes and sandals, as well as any hats, sunglasses, and the purse that I carry. It does not include loungewear, sleepwear, socks, underwear, bras, that sort of thing, although I will be taking a look and doing some decluttering of those categories, because if I'm here, I might as well and free up even more space. But I'll do like Courtney does and not include those things in my wardrobe count. And I also won't be including workwear, like outdoor, the pair of jeans that I wear when I'm painting, or the shirt that's ripped up that I wear in the garden that has axle grease on it. Those are not things that I am making outfits with, and I do have enough space to store those things without really having to take stock. We'll see how close I can get to that 33 piece number. I'm eager to see how this system works, and the way this really works is by having a seasonal bin, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Step one of this process, get the first iteration of my 33 piece capsule wardrobe onto my bed, separate those pieces out of what I have left in my closet. And now step two is going to be to take everything else out and actually not put it back in, not put things back on hangers, not put things back in the drawers. These items will end up in one of two places. The first spot, and the one that I'm going to be focusing on the most, is the donation pile. And then everything else will be thrown into one tote. I'm limiting myself to one tote, using the container concept that I learned from Dana K. White of the blog A Slob Comes Clean. Her methods are great as well. I like to pick other people's methods and find what works for me using a combination of things. And if you guys saw the video last year where I went through my wardrobe using Dawn's reverse first decluttering method, then you saw me completely eliminate my seasonal clothing bin. Back then, I was using a seasonal clothing bin as an excuse to keep too much clothing. It was a way for me to hold on to things that I actually was not going to wear, but delay those decisions. And I've learned a lot over the past couple of years about not delaying decisions. So I'm going to be making decisions right now to eliminate things out of my wardrobe. And hopefully when I dive back into this bin at the beginning of the fall season, when stuff gets a bit cooler around here and I want my cozy cardigans and I want my baby alpaca sweater back in my collection, I won't be sifting through so many things like I have in the past. This 333 method might just bring back the seasonal bin into my life. I don't know. I'm giving this method its best shot, and I'm gonna try to closely adhere to the prescribed method and how they do it. Again, it's not a set list of rules and do's and don'ts, but I am gonna try to give it my best shot and give it the best chance that I can, which means we're bringing back the seasonal bin for this time around. So I'm gonna go into this closet and pull everything else out and put it in those two different places. Also, if I come across anything while I'm doing this that strikes me as something that I maybe missed my first time through that I might want to include into my capsule wardrobe, I'll just kind of set that aside and do the thing that Dawn does and weigh the pieces that I've chosen to keep on my bed with something that I might want to swap out. This white blouse from Carly Jean Los Angeles that I've had for years now is one of those pieces. So I'm holding on to that for a second. Is one of my favorites. I love this loft sweater. This is one of my favorite pieces, and I totally anticipate grabbing that out of the bin and putting it back on the hanger for the fall and winter season. As we look in this drawer, there are a few things that's just like an absolute immediate yes. I'm gonna keep this sort of pinkish, mauvish sweater. My baby alpaca sweater, loved that. This gray sweater I've had for years and years, and I don't think I wore it once this fall and winter season. So it's going. Bye. Something I don't think I'm gonna bring out in the fall time is these two. These are from Carly Jean Los Angeles. They're sort of like this ribbed material. I found myself wearing them less and less this fall and winter time. I just had other things in my collection that I was reaching for more. So I think I'm gonna donate these to someone who would actually wear them. I only grabbed 3 things to either swap out or add to the capsule. This baby tee, which I already have one of those, this pink one. You know, I think I'm gonna take this tank top out. I cropped it to make it shorter and more flattering. I think I maybe went a little bit too short with it. Yeah, okay, that's gonna get donated. So then I basically just swapped that shirt out for that one. I'm going to add this white shirt, which is the same as the black blouse that I'm actually wearing right now. And then I'm also going to add this shirt, which I have had for so many years and worn so many times in my videos. Let's pack in the seasonal bin.
Just go through the transformation now. Change everything. You know success is your creation.
23. Okay, I have 23 pieces in here so far that I want to bring back for the fall time. And then I'm just going to add like Christmas specific items. Newbie winter sweatshirt, he's ice skating. I have a Santa Claus face shirt, my grandpa's flannel Christmas shirt that he wore. That's just so sweet. My grandma's Christmas sweater that I got. They're just too precious, and I know that when I open up this tote and see those on the top, it might just make me start bawling, but I know it's happy tears. It's very sweet. And then I have a pair of Christmas pajama pants that I pretty much only wear during the Christmas season, but I always want them and I've had them for years and years. And one pair of KJP wool Christmas socks. And keeping these things out in my closet just to wear them like 2 or 3 months out of the year doesn't really make sense, which is one of the reasons why I like having a seasonal bin. And this time around, how many did I just add to that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what was I at? 24. So that's 30 pieces total going into the bin. It's a sweater. 31 pieces, okay. And I'm actually neatly folding everything so that when I open it up, it's not a wrinkled, crazy mess. And it's actually easy to sort through everything in here. I don't want to add to my stress later on. So there's that. There's the seasonal bin, and we'll see how this works out. And here is the donation pile so far. I still have yet to go through loungewear, pajamas, workout clothing, as well as grubby clothes. So this pile will grow. Does anyone else's heart go pitter-patter when they see a growing pile of things to donate? Just me? I'm just gonna pop you guys up on the tripod and just pull what I'm going to actually wear and probably just donate the rest when it comes to workout stuff, loungewear, pajamas, and maybe some workwear. And when I say tripod, I actually mean the top of the shoe rack that I'm going to be getting rid of.
Change everything. Just go through the transformation now. Change everything. You know.
Ooh, popping in mid-video to share with you the next word in our giveaway phrase. The next word is over. I told you I would be sneaky. Are you glad you're paying attention?
Okay, wow. That was so much work, and I'm honestly feeling very overwhelmed right now in spite of the fact that I have made so much progress. I think maybe I'm just having like that decision fatigue and I'm just feeling kind of burnt out. And honestly, there are a lot of emotions involved with dealing with clothing, especially when you have body issues that prevent you from being comfortable in your clothing. It's a whole other thing. And I'm actually grateful for the very strict parameters for what I choose to keep and what I choose to part with, and I am going to show you what is staying, what's in my 333 wardrobe. But before I do that, I need to do what I can to kind of take care of the chaos of this corner over here. Like I showed you, this shoe shelf ain't working. Let's approach our decluttering and organization projects with humility and with grace, especially if we're doing it to serve someone other than ourselves. I put this shoe shelf here to help Weston out. It's not helping him. He hates putting his shoes here. A lot of the time they fall down onto what I've got going on down here. I put this hat rack here for him to put his hats on. It doesn't work for him. He's been throwing them up there or any old place in our bedroom. This thing makes the door heavy, so it always closes. We can't keep it open, so when I'm coming in here with laundry, it's always, you know, closing before I can get in there. Not to mention the fact that shoes fall down from it all the time and literally hit me on the head. And that's just kind of bumming me out. So before I give you the tour of the capsule wardrobe, let's take care of this corner. I think I'm gonna make a hat shelf for him. And I think I'm gonna get his shoes on these shelves because I certainly don't use these shelves very much. I use like the bottom two, and I have random stuff on the others. So I think I can share. I think that will work. Okay, shoes are organized for Weston. I ended up adding extra shelves in between these. And I haven't bolted the shelves down yet because we're just trying this out to see if this works. I literally doubled the amount of storage I have on these shelves by using these little Rubbermaid melamine shelves from my pantry project that I did a few months ago. I had some of this left. And then I have my shoes just down here on the bottom. These are my Capsule wardrobe shoes. And then I have some like out of season boots and stuff like that in that little basket. But this looks so much better. The top of my closet right now is looking a little bit crazy, as is the bottom down there on Weston's end. So he said he's gonna tidy this up. I think I'm just gonna kind of tidy this up really quick and then I will give you the tour. Okay, let's take a look. As you can see, a bit has changed off camera over the past couple of days. I did a bit more rearranging, and after clearing out so much, I felt like moving Weston's dresser to have both of our dressers side by side would make this space a bit more functional to walk into, and I was right, if I do say so myself. And look at that, she even vacuumed the floor. Who am I? I will say this is the smallest number of pieces that I have ever had in my closet. This is the most extreme that I've gone. But honestly, this is the happiest I have ever been with how my closet functions and looks and how I feel about the options that I have for outfits for this season. So let me give you a tour of where we're at now, how many pieces I ended up with, and a few of my thoughts having gone through this first time of doing this 333 method. So all of my clothes are now over on this rack specifically. This is just my stuff, and Weston, since he has about twice as many hanging clothes that I do, he has these two sides, sort of this corner situation, and I think this is going to work out so much better. Over here I have my non-capsule things that I'm just going to keep out and keep hanging some outerwear stuff. I'm not making outfits with this outerwear. I usually just put an outfit together, and then if it's a rainy day in Seattle, I throw a jacket on out the door. Something else I'm not making outfits with weekly or even monthly for that matter is my more formal clothing. This is for those weddings or events or holidays and stuff that I'll pull pieces from. But this right here, what is hanging between these two brackets, is what I'm putting my capsule wardrobe together with. This is the hanging clothing. We'll get to the drawers in a minute. Starting with this maxi dress, which is from the Universal Thread brand at Target. I thrifted this actually, and I've had it for years. This is a newer piece to my collection. It's this short romper. It's linen. It has this cute little drawstring waist, so I can adjust that throughout the day if things get a little bit more bloaty. I have these two dresses. They're from the Knox Rose brand at Target. They're super easy, light, and breezy. They go with lots of different things, so I love these. I have one skirt, which is really cute, and it's the one skirt of all of the ones that I had that actually is flattering on me. I'll talk a little bit more about skirts in a bit. I've showed these two lightweight cardigans before. I've raved about them on my channel, so I won't stay here too long. They're just the perfect thing if you live in a climate where during the summertime you just need to like cover up your arms in the morning or the evening. I have a couple of these washable silk tank tops from the Quince brand, which has quickly become one of my favorite clothing brands. Love it so much. These are real silk, and so they have that beautiful hang. They're nice and light and airy. They go with everything. I have the black and the creamy white, but then you can pop them in the washing machine and they don't have to be dry cleaned or anything. They're super, super comfy. I practically live in these. And I actually have a referral code to Quince. It's not that I'm like working with them. This is not sponsored or anything. It's just a referral code, just like any other brand that you refer your friends to. I think you get 20 bucks and then they send me 20 bucks. You guys have seen this shirt in so many of my videos. I've had this for years and years, and I continue to make outfits with that one. This is the hanger for the shirt that I'm currently wearing, my Rails sort of plaid linen button-up short sleeve shirt. I have another linen button-up short sleeve shirt. This is the Thread and Supply brand. I thrifted that one, but they sell this brand at Nordstrom. Then my two Carly Jean Los Angeles short sleeve button-up collared shirts. These I make so many different outfits with, casual as well as a little bit more dressy. There's the white one. There's the black one, and then last but not least, this is also from the Quince brand. This is my chambray button-up long sleeve shirt that I kind of wear like a cardigan. I wear an open front. I feel like Chessie from The Parent Trap whenever I wear it. Kind of gives me that 90s vibe, and I love it. This is another piece that I absolutely live in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 pieces. That's what's hanging. And then over here in my drawers, which has a little bit of tape scum on them still, I still need to clean that off. I need to get some Goo Gone or something. And that's from when I taped the drawers closed when we moved. That will be something I'll do at another time. But this is what I have for pants. 3 pairs of shorts. They're all the linen shorts from Old Navy. They're the best, but it's actually last year's or the year before's version of it that's best. I have some from this year that aren't quite as good, and I'll talk about that in just a sec. And then I have 3 pairs of long pants. 2 of them are the linen pants from Old Navy. These are the crop length. Love them so much. I get them in the petite crop length because my legs are so darn short. And then I do have 1 pair of Levi's jeans, which I will wear occasionally if I'm having a less bloaty day. I really have trouble with jeans. Really have trouble with flies and buttons or flies and snaps. It's tough for me. And then as far as like t-shirts go, I kept 3 of those. I have 2 of them are the baby tees with the lettuce hem. They're cropped length, but I buy them oversized so they're not so short on me. And these are from American Eagle. And then I have this shirt, which keeps showing up. I've thought about decluttering this so many times, but I've literally pulled it out of my declutter pile to put back into my collection. I want to say 2 or 3 times now. I keep reaching for it. This used to be a dress. It used to be like this little t-shirt jersey dress. And then my butt got much bigger when I became healthier, and it no longer worked as a dress, so I cut it off and turned it into a t-shirt, and it's still one of my faves. And that's it. So that is what did I say up here? 15 plus 6 pairs of pants is 21, 22, 23, 24 pieces. And then let's take a look at shoes. This shelf right here, like I was showing you, is Capsule wardrobe shoes. We've got basic tennis shoes, my nude flats from the Rothy's brand, which I absolutely love. These are washable, which is even better. I have this pair of these basic, I mean, tell me you were married in 2012 without telling me you were married in 2012. I bought these for our honeymoon, which in a week is our 10th anniversary, and I still have those shoes, and every time they make the cut, I wear them if I need something a little bit more low profile and feminine and more minimal than my everyday Birkenstocks that I wear, which are actually out in the living room right now by our front door. I would be wearing them right now if I wasn't barefoot. This bin just has some, like I have my leather boots that I wear in the fall time, my wool slippers that are too warm to wear right now. I have a couple of pairs of like formal heels in there when I would wear my formal shoes, which does not need to be out or a part of my capsule. I'm actually exploring a different option when it comes to heels and formal shoes, which I will update you guys in later. I'm going to put a specific brand to the test and report back. And then I just have my pair of sort of like dirty muck shoes. I put these on when I don't want to wear sandals outside. Like if Weston and I are working in the yard, we're actually going to do some tractor work today, and I'll probably pop those on. 24 plus 4 is 28 pieces. And then I think since that's it as far as clothing goes, we'll just go ahead and add to the number by the 1 baseball cap that I have, the one sun hat that I have, because yes, I actually do use these to create outfits with. So that's 30 pieces, and you want to make it 31 by adding my one pair of sunglasses that I own? Maybe. You decide. I'm not using sunglasses as a way to put an outfit together, just like I don't use a purse to put an outfit together. Let's chat about my purse. So those who have been around for a while know that these, especially this one, have been around for a while. These are the Michael Kors mini Selma purses, and I am someone who adamantly carries a small purse. It's kind of that container concept like I was saying before with the bin of seasonal stuff. I will fill a purse to capacity no matter what size it is, and so in order to keep the collection small, I keep a small purse. But the strap on this thing is starting to fall apart. I hardly ever had the black one out. The inside was starting to shred. I've literally had this since before I had kids. And there's really no way to wash it if like something spills in it. I've spilled coffee in it accidentally multiple times. And so I got this one instead. This is just about the same size. It's a little taller. It looks a little taller because it has this little hand strap here, but it can be crossbody too. This is from the Rothy's brand. It's the same brand as those pointed toe nude flats that I showed you, and it's washable. I've actually already washed it because I've already spilled coffee in it. I don't know what it is about me and purses, but I spill coffee in them for whatever reason. And it fits everything that my other purse fit, and it works so well, and I only need this one. I'm not using a purse to put together an outfit. I put the outfit together, and much like whatever jacket I'm wearing or my one pair of sunglasses, I throw it on and go out the door, and I don't really care. So this nice neutral is what I chose. They had several different colors, but I chose that one because it goes with everything. And then the only time that I would switch out my purse or want a purse that kind of coordinates with my outfit is when I'm wearing a formal outfit. I'm going out for a nice evening or going to a wedding, and I have just a couple of like beaded vintage clutch purses that I use for that I have up in a little basket up there. But when it comes to like a capsule sort of situation, if I was counting a purse, this would be it. And does that make it 31 pieces? 32 pieces? I don't know. I'm right in there. And like I said earlier, the number for your capsule using this 333 method is really based on what works best for you. I am under that 33 mark just because I don't really need anything else. And that gives me a little bit of headroom for anything that I might want to add should a need arise, or should I discover that there's a little gap here. Before I show you a couple of things that I'm getting rid of and the seasonal bin, let me just show you that I actually decluttered a lot out of my workout pajamas, loungewear drawer. I ended up with only 2 pairs of pajamas, 1 workout outfit, a shirt and a pair of shorts, 2 sweatshirts, 2 sweatpants. That's literally it. Doing all of this, and then especially putting together the seasonal bin, freed up so much room in my dresser. I'm actually considering going down to this size of dresser, but that would require buying a new dresser, and I'm the sort of person, and I've shared it before, use what you got. And I got this tall dresser for now, and it's working. I am using this bottom empty drawer that I freed up to store extra hangers. My steamer that I have for our clothing, my little fuzz buster tool, and then any extra drawer dividers. I also have like a suit bag in there for if we travel but also need to bring nice clothing with us, which that happens every once in a while. Okay, that is the capsule wardrobe. That is the closet. I did leave a spot up there. Whoop, I'm falling down. I did leave a spot up there for this bin for seasonal clothing. I found a couple more things when I was going through everything here in this corner of chaos, which is working out so much better now, and Weston loves the shoe organization that I put in there. I found my puffer long coat that I've had for years and years. I found my pumpkin pattern little t-shirt that I wear when we carve pumpkins, and I found my pair of KJP wool pumpkin socks. And that completes my seasonal bin for this season, this time around. Doing a spring and summer wardrobe video. I sure did talk a lot about next season's stuff, but I think that is a really good example of why we need to keep the whole picture in mind. If we live in an area with different seasons, if we would be using sort of a seasonal rotation, just focusing on this current season might not be enough if you want to set yourself up for success for the next season. So stay tuned for the next closet clean out, declutter, the next time I put together the capsule wardrobe for the fall and winter time, because I'll be giving you an update on how this whole 333 thing is working for me so far. One of the things I'm not doing with the 333 method is doing it for 3 months. I'm about a month behind. It's July 1st. I could have started this on June 1st, and I don't anticipate October 1st will be still wearing summer stuff. So see you in a couple months for the next closet clean out. Let's just take a look really quickly at some of the trends that I am noticing here with this time around of getting rid of stuff. This pile right here is just evidence of Natalie getting very honest with herself and coming to grips with the fact that stuff I want to wear, I'm not always able to wear. And that I also use my non-counted categories as an excuse to have too much stuff, like my workout stuff. I'm getting rid of so much workout clothing and just keeping the one shirt and one pair of pants. So that's a lot of what I'm getting rid of. I'm getting rid of everything that is denim except for that one pair of vintage Levi pants that I showed you. I just can't do it anymore. I cannot wear these waistbands. They trigger abdominal migraines like nothing else in my wardrobe. I am so uncomfortable when I choose to wear them. I always regret it. It always happens to be when we're like going on a day trip somewhere and I want to look cute and I want to put my denim on, and then halfway through the trip, I am miserable. So Natalie's getting honest with herself and I am saying goodbye to these. They fit from a technical standpoint, but not from a physiological standpoint. So I am moving on. Another thing I am moving on from and getting really honest about are skirts, especially full-length skirts. I always have these big ideas about how cute a full-length skirt would look on me, and then I put them on and I feel like a frump. So I'm moving on from those two, as well as the Old Navy linen pants that I actually purchased this year that are different than the ones that I've had from years past. The waistband is much more rigid and structured, which, as I said, doesn't work for me. I don't like that the drawstrings are on the inside. I think it's flattering to have them on the outside. You can have a little bow there and adjust them as you get bloaty or less bloaty throughout the day. So that's another category of stuff that I'm moving on from. And there's more in this pile that sort of fits into that, amongst other things that it's just like, hey, it's worn out, or hey, I don't wear this anymore. So I would say half of this pile here represents older stuff that I've had for a long time that I'm just getting really real about and moving on from. And then the other half are things that I've purchased with the hope that they will work, but unfortunately, they just don't. So I'm gonna bag all of this up and pass it on to my sisters first, and then whatever they don't want, we will be taking on to a charity shop. I feel like doing a closet declutter is one of the most rewarding and satisfying areas of the home to tackle. We need clothing every day. We wake up in the morning, and whether we're wearing just like our junky work clothes or our sweatpants or a nicer outfit, there's always a choice to be made. And man, limiting our choices, it goes so against what sounds like it's going to help, but in my experience, oh my gosh, it really does help. If I could go back 10 years ago when I first heard about the 333 method and tell myself that it is possible, that I can reasonably limit the number of clothing that I keep on hand and therefore totally expand my ability to put outfits together, to make it so much faster and easier and carefree to do it. 20-year-old Natalie could have totally benefited from this. And if you are someone who has been waiting to take the leap, You don't have to use the 333 method. You don't even have to do like a specifically capsule wardrobe where everything coordinates, but consider bringing that number, consider bringing that inventory down. I can do it with my health issues and my problems that I have surrounding the specific pieces that I keep in my wardrobe. I am convinced anyone can do it. So if you need some more encouragement, if you need some more motivation, I have several closet decluttering, closet clean out videos that I have done in the past. I will link that for you guys in the description box. You can kind of see this progression and see this journey that I've been on. And it's a journey that I will continue to stay on. I'm really curious to see if this seasonal bin, bringing that back into my life, is going to work out for me this time around. It didn't work out for me before, but I'm approaching it in a very different way with what I have learned and the support that I've given myself by researching and watching people who have done it before or who are encouraging. So I'm going to link those people too. Go check out Dawn, the Minimal Mom. Her channel is amazing, as well as Be More with Less, Courtney's blog. She has been awesome, and it's pretty exciting to try something new, and I'm really, really happy with the results.
I hope that you're enjoying this video so far. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you are. And we are going to move on to sort of the follow-up episode that I did where I had been putting into practice this 333 sort of capsule wardrobe method, how it's going for me, the things that work, the things that don't work. And I hope that it's helpful to see this sort of progression that I've made. Also, somewhere throughout this video, I'm going to be sharing with you that third and final word for our giveaway phrase. So pay attention because it's going to be there, and I'm so excited to be able to host this giveaway for you guys, to say thank you for all of the love and to give you some cash to kick off the new year and maybe treat yourself to something for you or for your family.
We just got back from camping, so my closet is an absolute mess. Let's pop in here and see what we're working with. This is so far the clean laundry that has come through. Some of it was actually waiting for me here. That I washed and didn't put away, and then we left on our trip. I'm gonna pull this out of here and get it onto my bed, work through it a little bit. The rest of the closet is just, you know, it's a bit helter-skelter. We have empty hangers from stuff that needs to be rehung and put up there. So let's get this process started. We'll bring this out too. Thread up box, I did a little bit of thrifting on that site. That's for a bit later. I'm just gonna sort stuff into sort of its general category. I have a good mix of stuff that is summertime that I'm not going to be wearing anymore, and then there's some stuff here that I do anticipate bringing into the new season. So let's sort this out. While I'm doing that, I thought I would have a chat with you guys about the 333 method. I had lots of questions about it, like, oh, I thought that was a spider. It's a hairball. So the 333 method, I had heard about it about a decade ago, decided that it was time for me to try it because I've heard such great things. And I've had questions from you guys like, hey, how is it going? Has it worked for you? Or many of you have actually said, I started doing the 330 method after I saw your video and I'm loving it. Oh my gosh, the freedom in my wardrobe. And that honestly is my sentiment. It basically made it so that whenever I walked into my closet to pick out an outfit for any given day, I was pretty much guaranteed that I would have something that I could put together. I could actually put outfits together in the dark, which is actually what happens a lot of the time when I've got like an early morning at church when I'm on the worship team. Pick a shirt, pick a pair of pants, pick an accessory, and we're good to go. And that has been my experience. Also, the whole laundry thing has been so much more straightforward, which is typical for any sort of capsule wardrobe. If you guys don't know what a capsule wardrobe is, I realize that maybe some of you don't. It's just basically a simplified wardrobe where stuff is like mix and matchable. You have a number of pieces for a specific season, and that's what the 333 method does. 3 months of 33 pieces. I actually ended up with 28 pieces just because for the summertime, things are super simple and I don't really care as much. I'm out in the garden mucking around. We're going down to the beach. It doesn't really matter what I'm wearing. These are not mine. But I thought it was a good season to start because it's already so simple that I felt like I would set myself up for success. And I do think that I did. Okay, here's actually a new piece of clothing. Let's pause from the 333 conversation. Got these little, they're like a linen type jumpsuit sort of overall thing. I thought they would be so cute, but I think my rear, just like the shape, something's not working for me. Remind me to try this on for you guys and I'll get your opinion on it. I'm going through some of these more summery items. I picked up a couple of these tank tops. They're the Luxe Old Navy tank tops. Did not work for me. Tank tops are a little bit weird with like my top of my shoulder to bottom of my boob ratio. And everyone clicks away. This chick is weird. They were ill-fitting, let's just put it that way. And I do not see myself wearing them next year. I think I heard my dryer finish, so I'm gonna pop in there. Okie doke. I think heading into the fall time, because I really do like my layers, especially with our climate being quite cool in the morning. We can literally have frost on the ground in the morning and be up almost to the 70s in the afternoon. And so being able to layer up and unlayer throughout the day is helpful, which probably means I'll have a couple more pieces than 33. That's my prediction right now, but we shall see how it all turns out, especially with a couple of the new pieces that I got and some things that are just not going to work for me. I still have to get that seasonal bin down. In fact, that's probably what I should do right now. And I will go to fetch the water the day that I am grown. Okay, I'm gonna step back here and show you that I have several piles going. Let me show you what's in each of them. This is like my easy no pile from summer stuff that I am not wanting to bring into summer next year. My toes have been a little bit chilly in the morning here, so I got some of my bigger socks out. And then on the bed, I have some of the things that I grabbed from my seasonal tote that I would like to bring in now for early fall. This Forever 21 sweater that I've had for forever. And then I have my Seahawks jersey. The season's starting back up. Wish us luck. The other day I was actually looking for my Old Navy Luxe V-neck long sleeve shirt, and I remembered, oh, it's up in my tote. It's probably time to start going through that. Along with my alpaca quarter zip little sweaters that I have from Quince, which I actually have a couple of new things from Quince that I will show you in my little haul. I needed my lighter jacket, not quite ready to bring the big feather parka out, so that will be later on in the winter. And I needed my Patagonia vest. I was wanting this the other night when we went on a walk and it was a bit chilly and I just wanted a quick layer to throw on. So that's out now. That's what's in that pile. I have a few maybes here on the bed that I'm going to try on and see. This pile right here is stuff that I was wearing throughout the summer that I would also like to bring in to the autumn, possibly. So there's that. We have the rest of what is in the seasonal tote, including some Christmas specific items, which I'm actually considering making a separate little box or tote or something for those because they're kind of a category in its own. Then I have, in addition to extra camera batteries, some of the summer stuff that I want to put into the seasonal tote that I do anticipate wearing next year. There's like 4 or 5 pieces there. Okay, let's move on to these maybe items, which are only maybes because they're new to me. Some of this is thrifted, some of this is actually new. Let's start with ThredUp. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I thrifted from there. I was specifically looking for my favorite linen Old Navy pants, which is actually what I'm wearing today. These I've had for years now. The Old Navy linen pants from last year, the year before, or even 3 years ago are so much better than the new version that they came out with this year. The waistband is different this year. There's this uncomfortable seam that they put in the front. And so I've been on the lookout because these are my favorite pants. They work for so many different seasons. They're very forgiving with this waistband. You can tie it or you can loosen it up for those bloaty days, which is a day that I'm having today, if I'm being honest. And so at ThredUp, I thrifted a couple more pairs. I was able to find like the older version of the linen pants from Old Navy. I'm not so sure about this color. It's a little bit brighter than I typically go, so I don't know about that. I did order a pair of these deeper maroon color, and these are actually, these are brand new with tags. That's pretty cool. I also picked up this little denim vest. I used to have one of these years ago, but that one doesn't fit me anymore. I decluttered that out a long time ago, but I picked this one up from ThredUp. It's a Madewell brand. So that might be an option for me. I don't think this is going to be an option though. I picked up this is Denim and Supply by Ralph Lauren, and online it didn't look as puffy. This seems real fluffy. Maybe I should start trying this stuff on. Okay, I just put that long sleeve Luxe Old Navy shirt on. Yeah, no, it's a pass. That's no. Got the denim one, which I typically would wear this with like a jersey dress just to sort of break up the line of it. But honestly, I mean, it's cute. I could wear it in this outfit too, or put on the maroon little linen pants. I think that's pretty cute. I think this vest is the keeper, the furry one, not so much. This color though, let me put this on. Okay. I don't know, not bad. Maybe I'll just pop these into the seasonal bin and give myself an option for the spring or the summertime. They're just a little bright. I like more muted tones, especially in the fall and the winter. But they're my Old Navy linen pants. They fit like the other ones do, and I know that maroon and that black pair are the same. So I'm not gonna try those on. Is it time now to try on this jumper thing? Okay, let's do that. I'm already laughing. I don't think this works. I love the color. I love the material. I mean, I don't even have the straps on yet, and it's already like, what is this? Oh, my friend Molly has these and they're so cute on her, but she's like at least 6 inches taller than I am. And I'm looking in the mirror, but I'm also looking on the camera, and it's way cuter on camera than it is in real life because you're at a good angle. Let me show you what it looks like in the mirror. Maybe it also looks bad on camera. I don't know. These are just like can you see like they like stretch along the like meaty part of the front of my thigh, and they like, yeah, I just don't think the proportions are right for me. The crotch is like really low, but then there's all of like this material. It's just not right for me. Okay, I have a couple of things that I ordered from Quince. These, speaking of linen, I tried their linen pants. Was not a good fit. They were just too wide in the leg. They weren't fitted enough for me. But I did pick up their sleeveless swing dress, which I'm hoping this will be something that will be a good like season to season thing that I can just layer up. Let's try the black one on. Okay, this is cute. I didn't know what to expect with this one, but I had some referral credits on Quince because you guys have shopped through my referral link. So thank you very much for helping me find some fun stuff. This is really cute. So it's kind of halfway for me on my body between like fitted and a bit more like a shift dress. It's like halfway in between those two types of fits. it hits a nice spot on my leg. I could, let's see, throw a cardigan over this, like so. And there's a cute outfit for church. Let me show you in the mirror. It's getting darker earlier. I had to switch where my mirror was to get more light in here for you guys. But I could wear sandals in the summer. I could even wear nylons with nicer shoes in depending on the occasion. But I think this is really cute. And I got it also in this color, which is definitely more appropriate for like spring and summer. Pretty sort of mother of pearl button detail. This pleating is just lovely. I love this so much. And it's a nice weight to the material. Sometimes linen can feel really light and scratchy. And I've tried linen things that feel super like dense and heavy, and this strikes a nice balance. Okay, happy with this. I got one more thing at Quince, and it is something that I actually already have. I just got a different color, and it's actually something that I pulled out of my seasonal tote. I love their washable silk line. That is my favorite line at Quince. And I have this, it's a midi length skirt. It has a nice stretchy waistband, and it has a cute cut on it that just gives it a little bit of interest on the hem. And I have been enjoying their military olive color in their washable silk short sleeve button front collared shirt. And so I got the same color in their skirt. Let me find a shirt really quick and I'll pop this on. Oh, cute. Okay. I love this. I think this is so cute. It fits me the same as the black one that I have. I'm actually wearing the washable silk V-neck tank that they have just to give it something to pair with. But this material, I mean, it needs to be steamed a little bit, and it's actually super easy to care for. And I don't have the correct under layers. I'd probably wear a pair of like compression tap pants underneath this, but it is just such beautiful material, and it's washable, which is the best part. You could have this for a nicer occasion, date night, holiday party, or you could dress it down. I could wear this with a denim jacket or like an oversized chunky sweater and some boots underneath. This is pretty. I might even like it more than the black one that I have, although that is definitely a staple as well. Well, look at you. Aren't you so cute? Kids are home now. I changed into my mom uniform. This denim little chambray shirt is also from Quince. I've shared this before. Got that with my washable stretch silk tank. And this is the sort of outfit that I am putting together on a daily basis. So right now, I'm losing the light. Kids are home. Weston's home. We're gonna do dinner and all of that. I'm gonna set this stuff aside so I can actually sleep in my bed tonight, but I'll pick you guys back up tomorrow. And we're gonna get stuff in the closet. We're gonna do a little bit of organizing, more decision making, hopefully wrap this up with some really solid choices that I'll be able to pick from when I am putting together my fall capsule wardrobe. Hello, we are back. And I've actually been working a little bit off camera here in my closet. You didn't miss much. I'm just kind of hemming and hawing over a few things, as you do. Current thing that I'm kind of going back and forth on right now is my blazer situation. I do have this one from Loft that I got a couple of years ago, but it might be a little too small for me, like in the shoulders. Let me try it on. To do that, I'm going to put my washable silk white button-up shirt. I'm wearing a black bra underneath though. It's too tight in the arms, like if I bring my arms forward, but the sleeve length is really good for me. It's a petite from, what did I say? Was this from Loft? So it's a 2 petite. I could probably do like a 4 or a 6 petite. So I'm going to hold on to it for right now, just in case I actually really need it in a pinch before I get the one that would be the correct size for me. So I'm going to change back into my little sweater, start hanging some stuff up onto my hangers and get some stuff into my drawers. I'll play some music for you guys. I know it's been quite the chatty video up until this point, but I can't tell you how much I appreciate having someone to chat with and talk to and like be able to express my thoughts out loud as I'm navigating my wardrobe. So thank you very much for being here. Let's change.
My friends don't care about everything as long as you got a story to bring. We'll take you along, take you along, take you along to some other places. We drive towards the other horizon, maybe to spend a couple hundred till we run out, till we run out, till we run out of paper and change.
Okay, thanks so much for sticking around this long in the video. Your patience is being rewarded with the chance to enter the giveaway. There are 3 winners for this giveaway, so chances are good, given how many people actually stick around this long in a video. So the final word for the phrase is perfection. So the full phrase together is progress over perfection. And that is the mantra that I'm bringing with me into 2023. And I hope you will join me for that.
Remember this, 'cause one day it is something I will miss.
You are right now on my shoe shelf, which by the way, the whole shoe arrangement situation that I did in the summer closet clean out has been working so much better. But I need to go through my shoes now that I've made a new shoe discovery. So these, I shared these on my Instagram. They are amazing. This is the Passion brand footwear, and they have interchangeable heels. It's seriously genius. So there's like this little button on the bottom and you press it and slide it, and then you can remove the heel. Or you can change it out to have like a low heel. I have a more stiletto style heel. And so I invested in 2 pairs of these, the black and then also the nude. And then coordinating heels to switch out with those 2 pairs. Definitely an investment piece. This brand, this system is something that I have been eyeing for a couple of years now, and I finally bit the bullet. But I have a few pairs of heels that I've had over the years trying to make this sort of collection. So I like have these Sam Edelman ones, and I have these INC ones from Macy's. But then I also have these shorter ones when a taller heel isn't appropriate, and they just take up so much space. I have kept it simple, but this simplifies it even more. I have worn both pairs to several occasions and events, both fancy, so like the higher heels, as well as more casual, just sort of like sandal style. And I am so far quite impressed and happy with them. And I wanted to hold off decluttering out like the other shoes that I have in my collection, just so that I would make sure that these actually hold up and are worth the price tag. If you're able to make the investment, I say they are totally worth the price tag. I could have paid for these a couple of times over with how many different pairs of shoes that I've bought over the years. It's really a genius system. So I'm able to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of shoes with these 2 pairs of shoes. I don't really count fancy shoes in my capsule wardrobe count because I'm not making weekly outfits with those things, but I did want to show that to you just because it's been such an amazing discovery. I know some of you were waiting for me to report back on them after I use them for a little bit. So I'm just making a little basket here below my shoe shelf that will house my fancier shoes, and then the shelf that you're sitting on is going to be for my like more capsule wardrobe shoes. So this is where I landed. I just off camera did a little bit of decluttering, just to spare you the hemming and hawing in the details. So I have a pair of nude Rothy's pointed toe washable flats the black pair. I have this pair of Velvet Birdies slip-ons. I have my leather Vagabond brand Chelsea boots that I wear all the time, and then a couple of pairs of sneakers down here. This is that basket for the Passion dressy shoes. And then right here I have a couple of summer shoes that I only wear in the summer, so these are going to be going into the seasonal bin. And then here is the pile of stuff that I'm decluttering out. These Birkenstocks have seen better days and I just wear my other pair more often. These Birkenstocks I literally did not wear once during the summer. I wore these ones instead. So these can go, heels that can be replaced with the new heels that I got. And then these Rothy's ones, which are the same pair as these, I hardly ever reach for these, which I'm actually going to offer them to my mom because I bought her a pair of the light ones and I know she loves them and wears them all the time. So I'll see if she'd like these too. Okay, I've got stuff hung up and stuff in the drawers. Right now the collection is looking a little bit beefier just because it is that awkward in between as far as weather goes, and there are a few pieces that I don't know about yet that I'm kind of testing out over the next, I would say, few weeks, month or so. Feels good to get those shoes under control. The donate pile is growing, the seasonal bin pile is growing, but here's what we're gonna wrap it up with. I need to further organize my seasonal bin. Rather than have everything in one big bin, I think I'm going to split it up into two smaller bins. One bin will be for cold weather stuff, so fall and winter things, and the other bin will be for warmer weather stuff, spring and summer. And even though one of these bins at any given time will be quite empty, I do have the room in my closet to have both. And I think it's going to help me, especially at the beginning of the season, not feel overwhelmed with having to like go through everything. I also got clear bins to motivate me to keep them tidy, to keep a reasonable amount of clothing in them. I'm gonna take a few minutes here to sort into these bins, and then I think I'm gonna call it a day. I don't care what the number of clothing is. Cold weather clothing is always going to take up more space than warm weather clothing. It's chunkier, it's bigger, it's heavier, it's fluffier. So I got this taller, deeper tote for the winter stuff, taking into account the cold weather clothing that I've already put into my wardrobe. I feel like I'm half and half right now. I have half of my cold weather clothing out, half of my summer clothing out, and the other half is now in the totes. All that's left is to gather up that donation pile, which actually I let my mom and sisters go through any of my donations before I actually take them to a thrift store or whatever, because there's perfectly good stuff. We're all kind of similar sizes. My mom calls them hand-me-ups. Is that not the cutest thing ever? I wanted to just share with you quickly before I say goodbye my wish list. So this is the stuff that I jotted down while I was going through everything, gaps in my wardrobe, things that I would like to sort of piece in and then shop really intentionally for. So the first thing on my list I've actually already found. I went onto Poshmark and I just typed in Loft Petites tan blazer, and I literally found the exact blazer that I showed you guys, like down to the detail of the button on the sleeves. I found it in a size 6 petite, and look at this. Original price is $130. I didn't pay that for my blazer. It was on sale when I bought it. Listed right now on Poshmark for $24. I offered $20. I'm waiting to hear back, but I would pay $24 for it. What a steal. And I know that's going to fit me better than the too petite. It's a little too petite, if you know what I mean. So already found that one. The next thing on my list is a plaid button-down shirt. I used to have a rails plaid one that I thrifted a while ago, but that doesn't fit me anymore. I decluttered that a couple years ago, but I'd like to get something like that. On my list, this is oddly specific. Jeans that don't kill me. Jeans are the worst when it comes to my chronic abdominal migraines. In fact, waistbands in general really trigger them to start. It's awful. But I love the look of jeans. Like, they're so classic. So I'm on the lookout for some like softer waistband jeans. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And then like on this list is stretchy waistband pants that aren't just leggings or yoga pants. Like, I want them to look structured and cute, kind of like the linen pants from Old Navy, but I'm always on the lookout for options. And then something that's also been on my list, actually for about a year now, I've kind of just been searching around for some brown leather slip-on mules, loafers, kind of that grandpa look. I don't have a pair of brown shoes. And so I think that that is something that could complete my collection that I have going on here. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Thanks for spending a little part of it here with me on my channel, and I'll catch you later.